I'm a nerd. Hi, I'm MadXMP. You might know me as that guy who types things in Atrioc's chat sometimes, but today, I'm doing something a bit different. See, there's been a hole in my heart, and it's felt empty for a while, and I've done everything I could think of to fill it, but I just couldn't get to it. And then I realized what I need is more Atrioc. Yes, I watch his YouTube videos, yes, I watch his Twitch streams, but clearly I am not exposed enough. That is the only possible solution, and today I'm going to fix that with the power of code. God, that is the nerdiest possible thing I could have said. And the plan to do so is simple, really. First, we make a Discord bot with simple alerts. Then, we make that Discord bot talk exactly like Atrioc. And then, we take things into the real world. The first thing we need to do is just create the bot, which is pretty simple. You're going to create a new application. And you're going to call it Atribot. You're going to give the bot admin permissions. What if he turns on us? It's just Atrioc. He doesn't know how to use computers. We'll be fine. Actually, before we really get started, let me take you through a quick run through of how the code works, where it is, and this. The next thing we're going to want to do is just add a ready message so we know when the bot is actually running. So whenever you run the bot, the message will come up when it's activated. It says currently working, and jerking. And that's how we know the bot is running. Now, at this point, chat was starting to criticize the other bot that I made to practice for making this bot. But I think I handled it with the poise and grace necessary. A bot made by the dictator is telling the common people that it is literally 1984 whenever something's deleted, just so the common people shut up about it being literally 1984. We live in a dystopia. Oh, your message disappeared. Your message... Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Messages disappearing left and right. You know, who can tell? There's a lot of argument over what we should do with messages, and I think we just need to hear both sides out, really. After I handled that situation perfectly, I coded my system so that, essentially, based on the results of a dice roll, the bot would decide whether or not to respond to somebody adding League of Legends. And the responses it gave, if it did choose to respond, in my opinion, come so close to the uncanny valley, they sound exactly like Atrioc. It feels like he's really there, is the thing, right? I really feel like Atrioc is with us. It sounds just like him. The next thing I had to do was capture my close personal friendship with Atrioc. And to do that, I essentially set it up so 1 in 5 times I am added in my Discord, the bot will respond appropriately. Next up, I had the bot respond in an appropriately Atrioc style whenever one of its messages was deleted. Now, normally the whole Twitch situation would be pretty complicated with a bunch of OAuth validations and stuff like that, but what I was able to do is use machine learning and a bunch of fancy algorithms to open up Google and find somebody else's code that solved the problem for me. Now I needed something to stop the alert from appearing every single frame. Now, most people would use something like a timer or a message counter, but I went for a variable that was slightly more elegant, perhaps slightly more Sigma. Then I got distracted by a political debate for about 10 minutes. And this is where I hit my first real roadblock. See, YouTube requires direct user authorization for data on videos. That means that Atrioc, every time I started the bot, would have to approve it. I can't have that. And I thought the project was done. I cried for what must have been weeks, months. But then I realized the YouTube videos are just Twitch highlights. There's no reason to get YouTube alerts if I'm just getting Twitch alerts and watching the streams, but I will need something to fill in that YouTube-sized hole. And that's when I remembered this guy. You see, my birthday was fairly recent, and I treated myself, and rather than getting a functioning mic stand or a second monitor, both things that would have been infinitely more useful, I got a Keylight Air. And until now, I considered that kind of a stupid purchase, but now it can fill that YouTube-sized hole because I can hack the Keylight. All I had to do was find an API online, plug in some code, make some changes, and test it. And let me tell you, it went perfectly. Oh, it's in the same channel. I see. Oh, I see. No, I never set protection to 1. I never set fucking protection to 1. Uh-oh. If we delete all the evidence of failures, he won't know. I edited the fucking video. He's not gonna check the VOD. I'll delete the VOD. He'll never know. And finally, we ran our first official attempt with Atrioc. All right, now if we run it for the first time, we run the code for the first time. If I type pool, we get the flashing on the lights, and we get Atrioc popping up in announcements. Now if we @MattXMP, so glad you're reaching out to my good friend. Yes, sir. So, what did we learn today? We learned that a dream is a wish your heart makes, that nothing is more important than family, and that you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and MySpace. At the end of the day, only one thing that I can really say, and that's that this was a terrible idea. And yeah, I'll see you when I inevitably do it next week as well.